week two. Let's introduce John Sunday, the Vladimir Putin of Heffron Park. And my name's Paul Kraft. We're looking forward to another quick chat. And I'm hoping, John, we can shorten it a little. We did 17 minutes last week. It flew by, didn't it?
It certainly did. And welcome to you, Crafty. And I can assure you, my name is not Vladimir. Because, mate, if I'm Vladimir, who the hell are you?
I don't know. I'm just going to host it. I want to hear what your thought. I kind of feel like you want peace everywhere, like a piece of Ukraine, a piece of Poland, and a piece of Heffron. Today we're going to do a bit more chat about the upcoming Joseph Sunday, and certainly talk about past winners and the other memorial race, the Anthony Spurgeon Senior. We're also going to do a points update and try and work out who do you think, John, is going to win this series. So sounds like a good deal. As I said, we want to try and keep it shorter, and I'm going to try and do it sober this week as well.
Wow, that's a good start.
Semi-sober. Into that, we had last week rained out, so this is going to change. The Spurgeon Memorial and the Joseph Sunday Memorial will now be on the 1st of March, correct?
It certainly will. It's quite a unique day, that, because 1st of March is Joseph's birthday. So for the first time ever, we're actually going to be holding his memorial race on his birthday, or on what would have been, let me do the math here, his 33rd birthday. Is that right? Yeah.
Wow, that has got a little bonus emotion added to it. So I think the whole Sunday family will be, they'll feel the emotion of that one.
I'm sure we will. But interestingly enough, Crafty, as you would have noticed, it's been very wet in Sydney most of yesterday, which is on Tuesday when the rain ban came in, which is why we had to cancel racing on Tuesday night. And it's hung around all day Wednesday and all day today. And if you look at the weather forecast moving forward, it's predicted 30 millimeters of rain next Tuesday on the 1st of March. So there's no guarantee in the current climate, literally the climate, that we're going to be racing.
Well, last Thursday when we recorded the week one, you said if it runs, because the prediction was rain, and you were right. So fingers crossed you're not right again.
Well, I hope I'm not right, but the impact of that is it's going to squeeze the number of available rounds that we have left in the point score. So assuming we do race next Tuesday for the memorial races, that then leaves us 4 rounds in the point score series. So and if we were to lose another week, that would only leave us 3. And if people in the point score were wanting to make a move up the leaderboard, their opportunities to do so are going to be fewer and fewer.
They're going to diminish. Let's have a look at it. This is the point score right now. The whole thing's there. We're going to focus in on the overall series at the moment. So it's fair to say Scott Law leading it, and it's very much fair to say his main challenger, Jack Bennett. You agree, I'm sure?
Yeah, it is. It is. He's most probably the only guy that's going to beat him at this point, and that's no disrespect to Tom Bolton. But unfortunately, Tom Bolton's in the workforce, in the real workforce. Was able to come. He was at racing 2 weeks ago, but I did notice his name as a notable omission from Tuesday night's race, which would have been the Joseph Sunday Memorial, and he hasn't entered for next week yet. So I'm just wondering whether Tom's going to be around any of the remaining weeks of the series.
Who do you think's faster, Jack or Scott, today? At this moment?
At this moment, I still think that Jack is faster. Scott has been in the right position at the right time and has used his nous experience and talent to get his nose in front. But I think if Jack was racing for the money and the gold, and he was focusing on that, I think he's faster. But Jack, I think, is also coming into form at the right time, albeit the fact that he had a little bingle yesterday when he went out mountain biking in the national park and chipped his 2 front teeth. So Yes, it's just as well we weren't racing tonight. But I think he'll recover from that. I don't think it's he's had them mended already, I hear. So I think he'll be up for it next Tuesday.
Okay, so here's who I think the third favourite is. Anybody else? Look, yeah, I can't see anyone. Look, see this guy here. I reckon he's got as much chance as all of these guys. Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't say that actually. I tend to disagree with you a little bit.
Please do.
Because Kurt Ether is a threat. He's a big threat.
If he didn't live in Dubbo.
But he doesn't live in Dubbo anymore.
Where does he live now? That's why
he's a threat. He's on the Central Coast. They've moved. And that's why Kurt and Dylan were down at racing 2 weeks ago. And both the boys have entered for the memorial race. So Kurt is definitely a big chance. And if you watch the Warnie on Saturday, Kurt was in that front group all day long. And you put Kurt and Edwin together, the two Oliver's guys, and they're a big threat.
And throw Tom Bolton in there.
Well, yeah, but on the basis that I think Tommy's going to be, his appearances are going to be somewhat limited over the next few weeks. I know that Kurt's appearances aren't going to be limited, so I see him as a threat. But then on the flip side of that, you've got to weigh up how many opportunities has Kurt got left, how many races to amass points. Because even if Kurt was to win 2 races, chances are that Jack is still going to be in the mix, either second or third, and picking up points. And he's got enough of a buffer in front of Kurt.
And I agree. And I think you're right. Look, Scott's going to pick up points every time Kurt Ether or Tom Bolton or even Jack Bennett picks up points. He's going to be in the mix. You have thrown me a bit of a curly with Kurt now living on the Central Coast. I should fact check that, but I believe you. I thought,
I can tell you because I saw that. I saw Vaughan's post that they had sold their home in in Dubbo, and I thought, oh, how come they're selling up in Dubbo? And then I found out they moved to the Central Coast. So as you would know, Kraft, the Sunny Coast is almost almost Metro Sydney.
It's close, but what happened is they sold the house in Dubbo and then went to buy a house in Sydney and realised, holy hell, what $2 million for a 3-bedroom? Central Coast looks great. It's fantastic. Okay, so John,
with Jimmy Naylor.
Yeah, here's the thing that is going to change from week to week. I've decided to throw in my percentages, and there they are. This is what I believe. Your thoughts?
Yeah. I tend to agree with you. Although I'd give more weight to the third option than 5%, and I wouldn't throw the 5% across the field there. I would. I'd focus on Kurt.
Okay. Yeah. And and as we said, as we roll through, we'll see how these numbers move on. Let's go to the A grade series now, John. And this differs. It differs because whilst the overall series, Scott's got a big lead, but over the next 4 weeks, let's say B grade actually get up. That means Scott's going to hold on to the series more likely because they won't score. But even if B grade or C grade get up, there are still 3, 2, 1 for the first A graders across the line. So they're scoring every week.
That's correct. And the difference in the points is that for the overall, the points are dispersed 7, 5, 3, 2, 1 across the top 5. But in the grade placing, it's just a simple, straight 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, and that will happen every week that we race. It doesn't matter
irrespective of whether they get up and first across the line.
Yeah, so I think you understand the percentiles are going to change, and I think you'll kind of tend to agree with this. Here we go. What do you think there? You're going to fully disagree with Tom Bolton's 10% chance now because we're chucking that on Kurt Ether, aren't we?
I think so.
Now to the B graders. And we'll move you out of the way. There we go. BB Raiden Block leads with 9 points. Do you think he can hold on? He's out of B grade.
He certainly is. Welcome to A grade, Braden. We should have been 2 weeks ago. Possibly. I tell you what, Michael Bolt is riding really well. Two strong finishes. And so is Rowley. Never discount Rowley. And of course, Rowan Douglas, our new man, is sneaking in these. He's got 3 points. I think it's possible that Bolterini or Rowley could challenge for that.
Yeah.
Once again, depends on how many races we're going to have left.
Okay. You're going to. I actually disagree that Rolando Delatz will win this series. And the reason is, if he wins next week, from what I saw on social media, there'll be such an outcry that he needs to go to A grade. I think Michael Bolt, they'll let him, if he wins next week, I reckon they'll let him be in B in peace. Do you disagree or agree?
Well, he's already had his go on A grade before Christmas, and he didn't fare so well. So I think, everyone will be quite happy to see him push for the honours in B grade.
Okay, so it's a question whether Braden has enough points to hold it out. Last year, 11 points, 1 B grade, and 9 points, 1 C grade. So it's possible.
That's because in those grades, in the lower grades, there tend to be different winners each week. So it's very hard to build points unless your name is Braden.
Well, Braden will be praying.
B's in that.
Yeah, he'll be praying for rain. He'll be loving the rain. That's for sure. Let's have a look at Crafty's percentages.
Quite possible.
I think Rowan Douglas, he has proven himself, and as you said, he is kind of new to Tuesday. I reckon he's got a shot at this. I don't think
he has.
Yeah,
he'll be in the top 3 come the end of the series.
Well, yeah, I think so. Well, what? Oh, it's hard to say, isn't it? Let's go. Let's go C grade. We've got Kai Galtman leading on 7 points. It's not enough.
Not enough to hold on, but keep in mind that both Kai and James Laidlaw have now moved to B grade, where they belong. Could we see a repeat of the results last year and see Nicole O become the second women's winner of C grade to back up Elaine's win last year? Quite possible.
You picked it. Yep. Okay. You ready, John? Here's my opinion.
Oh, there you go. 60%. No pressure, Nicole.
No, and you notice that James cannot win it. It's 0% because he's not going back to C grade. He can't get any more points. Kai, I can't see 7 holding on to it.
Because Nicole's been very consistent as well.
Yeah, and I'll show you why I think Nicole can win it. Check this out. They're awesome. She is fit.
Very. And don't forget, she's also got a week in Adelaide and the Festival of Cycling under her belt or in her legs. She's got good form, Nicole, and I really hope she kicks on and has a good run at it, because it would be just great to see another woman win the C grade series this year.
Yeah. Look, I think she's the hot favourite. You notice that there's still 30-odd%. That's everybody else left over. But I think Nicole O can take this out.
Why is Vaughan McVilly making a face in the back of that photo of Nicole?
Because it's Vaughan McVilly. He's got timing. He's got great timing. Okay, let's now go to the women's, and I think we're probably both going to be on the same ship here. It is Rose Vassell leading on 6 points with Nicole O on 5. John, what do you think?
Well, unless Josie turns up for the next 4 weeks after her outstanding ride in the Warrnambool at the weekend,
second in the
it really is going to be it's going to be down to Nicole and Rose hanging on. She's got a bit of a nudge there, Rose, at the moment, 1 point in front, because she picked up 3 points in 2 weeks in a row. being one of the very few females to finish those races. So it's not. I think it's Nicole's, because we just haven't had, the girls, I should say, haven't been racing in the last few weeks because of their other commitments. But hopefully that'll change over the coming weeks.
So
maybe they'll all come back.
Yeah. Okay. So Kira is still developing. I think she's got a shot. I think Nicolo is the hot favorite for this. I think she is stronger than Rose. We all know that Josie is the strongest rider, but I think she's going to have other commitments. I haven't looked at the calendar, but whether she can make it each week. And remember,
she was certainly very busy yesterday on Glenelg Beach.
Okay, on social media.
Apparently.
Okay. Look, she's the B grader out of these. The other three ride in C grade. So at the start of the race, they're already in the winning position.
Well, they are, but on the basis that C grade are getting caught. If Josie is racing, I think the emphasis would be in her favor.
Yeah. Okay. So if A grade catch B grade early and then C grade late, Josie's got a tough gig hanging in there. She's capable of doing it, though.
Oh, it certainly is. Is the 18% for Dave Jackson, or is it for Rose?
Yeah, fair call. I'm putting that on Rose.
Yeah, I would too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jacko looks as though he's struggling in that photo.
Yeah, every photo of Dave Jackson, even when he's ringing the bell, he looks like he's struggling.
not as much as Dave Evans looks.
Yeah, no, actually, Dave Evans is getting some great photos. They're like a bit of spittle coming out of his mouth every now and then.